Alright, hello there YouTube. Dubs Rider here. Gonna do a bike reveal on my new bike tonight. I'm looking at getting into vlogging here in the next couple weeks and getting my setup done for that. But I wanted to put something out there quick as a kind of a go through, initial thoughts, impressions, that sort of thing of my new bike. So here it is. It is the Honda CTX1300. Hit or miss, you know. Some people love the look, some people don't, I guess. If you look at some of the forums online, you know, there are people that, you know, completely hate it. I, for one, absolutely love the look of this motorcycle. You know, my dealer got it ready last night, late last night, rolled it in the showroom last night. I just happened to call them this morning and asked them, you know, if they had it ready yet, and they said that they had just rolled it in. So I went out and test drove this morning, and it is sitting in my garage this afternoon. Absolutely love this bike. It pulls from every RPM in the range. Still fairly low RPM, so it does take some getting used to coming from my CBR 250R, where I could rev it out a little bit more. You know, I'm in the break-in period, so I'm trying to be a little bit more gentle than normal with the bike. This is the deluxe model. Comes with ABS, traction control. Trying to think what else. There's one other thing I think that it comes with that's kind of I'm missing right now, being the deluxe model. But I know ABS and traction control are the two main ones. Oh, and the audio system does come with the audio system. We'll go through that here in a little bit. But here are kind of the first shots here, and you know, to look at it, I got the you know, metallic. They call it a black metallic or something like that, I guess. Not quite sure. But I really do like the finish on it. It's really nice. It's got a kind of a blacked out. You know, if you look down here, it's got the CTX, but this is all kind of matte, blacked out. You know, these are the kind of built-in frame sliders here. They're blacked out, which is kind of a unique feature if you think about it. Not too many bikes come with that, honestly. Chrome exhaust here, and I like the curve. It goes back. We'll get into a startup here shortly, but you get to hear the sound. I do really like the sound. It's kind of a throaty sound. Dual disc front brakes, single disc rear brake. They have really good feel. I haven't engaged the ABS yet on it. I've only got like 42 miles on the bike. So again, I will do a more in-depth review of the motorcycle once I've been able to spend some time, you know, after break-in, trying to really feel the bike and get used to the motorcycle. But it comes with the lockable hard bags there, and I'll open those up here in a second. I did order the tall windscreen from the short time I did ride the bike. I have to say that the air is really clean on the motorcycle. You don't have a whole lot of buffeting at all. Even at highway speeds, it's pretty nice, but definitely on some longer rides, I could see where, you know, some fatigue might set in. If you're looking at it there, the windscreen is, you know, that's my finger there, so it's not very tall. So I did order up the tall one. I got the brackets here, the back passenger bracket. You cannot order the backrest pad. Apparently Honda's going to have a lot more parts around July, but I went ahead and ordered that just because you never know when that stuff's going to be available and if it's going to, you know, be out of stock when they actually do get the backrest pad in. So I just went ahead and ordered it, so then I didn't have to mess with it or anything. So I'll give you a quick look from the cockpit here. We'll turn it on. You can see there, I don't know if that shows, but you've got your analog speed, your analog tack, kind of in your corner, like, you know, right there. You got your traction control, ABS lights there. Those go off after you get going and stuff. On the display, everything on the display is actually controlled by these two, pot or banks here, I guess you might say. And so as you hit down on this, you can see on the screen it'll scroll through your trip A, trip B, your air temperature outside. I don't know how well that's actually coming through on your end. And then your total miles. When you scroll up, you've got your average fuel, you've got your average speed, you've got your trip time, you got nothing there, and then you've got back to instant fuel. And they seem pretty decent, just in the short amount of time that I've been, riding on it and stuff. Does have pretty decent speakers. It's got Bluetooth built in. So you compare it with a Bluetooth device. I used my iPhone 5, and that paired up within a matter of minutes. Not a big deal at all. Otherwise, in this pocket here, you've got little USB dongle thing there that you use your standard USB connector for the phone, like you'd use for charging, to plug in your phone. And then on the display there, you see up there, it'll show you track artists, allow you to move up tracks, move down volume, that sort of thing. Unique feature, under 7 miles per hour, the audio will cut out, and then it'll resume again, after 9 miles per hour. From what I've read in the manual anyway, I haven't really experienced that yet. You do have an automatic mute, or a mute button here, where you can just cut out the sound altogether. This pocket, as you can see here, is probably just deep enough. I can just get my hand in there. It's just deep enough for a phone. That's really all you're going to throw in there. And then they've got this other pocket over here, and to be quite honest with you, I don't know what exactly you're supposed to put in there. It's got like a 1 pound limit, but they're really, you can't really fit much of anything in there. Maybe a couple credit cards or something. I don't know. You've got your traction control here that you could turn on and off by pressing and holding this. Other than that, you've got your standard, standard turn signal, horn, high beam, low beam light, and then over here just the standard controls as well, your kill switch, your hazards, your starter, that sort of thing. On the deluxe model, the turn signals are self-canceling, so without getting into too much detail, just the short blurbs that I've read on it, the bike does some weird, sensing thing, and it'll cancel the turn signals when it senses a turn or something like that. The other unique feature of this motorcycle that I really haven't seen on too many motorcycles is I don't know how well this is coming through on the light there, but you've got your LED headlights. So as you can see here around the edges, it's got that halo LED, which is pretty sweet. And this is low beam. This isn't the high beam, but it's all an LED. And I'm thinking the turn signals and the rear lights are LED too, I guess. Which are pretty cool. It does quite a bit for, I would assume, power consumption. So when I, put some more goodies on here, GPS, that sort of thing, that'll come in handy, I suppose. Now the saddlebags, completely lockable. You can't really get the key in and out without locking the saddlebags, which is kind of unique. But then they've got this pull here, and then you can just like pull out, and this whole handle is kind of hard to do one-handed, but this whole handle here comes down. And as you can see in here, I don't know how well this is coming through on the camera, but in here they've got the tool bag, and they also have a Ziploc kind of more heavy-duty bag that they got velcroed in there, and I'm assuming that's for like registration paperwork, that sort of thing. I don't know exactly what all you're putting in there, but yeah, they're not too bad. I don't know how I feel about the side opening tail bags yet. I haven't actually used them a ton. I just threw a few things in there from the dealer. And I do see where they kind of roll around and stuff in there. So verdict's still out on that. Like I said, I'll be doing a more in-depth review once I put some miles on the bike. But just want to kind of announce it and get it out there and share it with you guys. I'm going to do a start up here. So I don't know how well the audio will come through on this, but it does have a nice low throaty sound to it, and it really does it big time on deceleration. On deceleration, you can really hear that roll, that really low thump there, which is pretty sweet. It's kind of a unique sound, and I really do like the stock tailpipes, honestly. I like the sound. I don't know what'll be coming out for aftermarket. And here again, obviously I just did the startup. I was talking about the nice low throaty sound that it has, and on diesel, like I said, it sounds really great. It's kind of a unique sound. Had some technical difficulties there, so we're going to shoot this one from a different phone, try to close out the video here. So yeah, the one thing that I did want to kind of put out there was, I don't know if this is purely a new bike thing, or because I didn't experience it on my CBR at all, or if it's something typical for this style or what have you. But anybody out there that has this, that wants to chime in and kind of fill me in, feel more than welcome. Put some comments down below. But I did notice that, when you're riding along, if you do hit some bumps, and my initial thoughts of the rear suspension, you do feel the rough bumps a little bit more than I think you probably should. So I don't know if there's adjustments or something I need to do there, but you can feel those. And so the throttle seems to be really snatchy, and so much so that you can feel the bike start to pull. It's kind of a jerky sensation that you get. There's a more technical term for it. Feel more than welcome to chime in as well. But yeah, anybody that's got any experience or anything, if you could fill me in on, if that's something that's going to smooth out on the bike over time, or if that's something that needs to maybe be fixed through like a mapping of some sort of the fuel control mapping or something like that. So if you want to chime in below and let me know what your thoughts are on that. Let me know what your thoughts are on the bike. If you have any questions, feel more than welcome to throw them down there below. Like I said, I'm going to be trying to do some moto vlogs from this thing over the next couple of weeks as I'm putting miles on it and stuff, so I'll kind of detail that. So please subscribe below if you want to get some more information on the CTX1300 and kind of follow my journey through this motorcycle. This is Dub Rider signing off.